Okay, well, welcome to the Flig video series. We're sitting down here with Chris Neville of Wire, the music venue, and the band Tributosaurus. Chris, welcome to the video series.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, of course. I'm so glad you were able to make it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Wire, which is a music venue in Berwyn, Illinois. Can you tell us a little bit about what Wire is all about?
Sure. I mean, we are a music venue, pretty decent size, and but there's more to it than that. We have a school on premises, which we are actually rebranding and relaunching in the fall in September. Which there's going to be a lot of information coming about that soon. A couple of weeks away from that still, and eventually some recording studios. We also have a label on premises. We have a few artists on the label. So, but I mean, essentially, we built this place to be sort of an incubator for creativity and a place where a lot of different types of musicians and different walks of life in the music world can kind of coalesce and maybe learn something from each other. There's a lot of good labor for sure.
Right,
So,
and it's fairly new. You guys are in Berwyn,
yeah,
and it's just about 2 years now.
Actually, three. A little over three now.
Wow,
over 3 now. I know.
That's great. I'm sure you've learned a lot through the whole process.
I've learned a ton. I've learned that I own a lot of borrowers and colleges.
For sure.
But it's been pretty cool.
And your main, you'd say your main gig is playing with Tributosaurus,
Sure,
right?
sure, absolutely.
Cool. And can you tell us a little bit about what Tributosaurus is?
Okay. I mean, we're coming up on our 15th year in August.
Wow.
And we do a tribute to a different artist every month, and have been doing it for now 15 years. And our goal is to sort of recreate the sound of the recordings as exactly as possible, as opposed to just a live representation of the songs,
Right.
which is a valid way to do it too. But our thing is trying to make it sound like the record,
Right.
which usually means we have multiple players at every position because everybody multi-tracks everything. Certainly in the classic rock era, that was a big thing.
Right.
And we have string sections or horn sections or Native American flute ensembles or
Wow.
whatever, whatever the songs call for. We try not to do it with samples and stuff like that.
Right.
Unless there's really no other way to put stuff out there, whenever we feel like doing it.
What do you think about pop music today? Are you a fan?
I am a huge fan.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I got 2 9-year-olds, so I listen to a lot of pop music.
For sure.
And I actually think there's some really great stuff out there.
I do too.
I think it's kind of a good time for pop music.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars certainly is a great one, but I mean, I like Avicii. I like Taylor Swift, man. She has some great tunes. And you can. I know a lot of musicians love to bitch and moan about like pop music and how it's so stupid, but it's always been that.
Right.
Popular music has to be accessible, like by definition.
Absolutely.
So.
So Chris, you're a gadgets guy?
Yes.
Tell me about some of the gadgets that you found that have really helped do your job better as a musician. Are there any in particular, like
iPad Pro?
iPad Pro
Changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, best thing I ever bought. Because all of my charts, all of my lyrics have gone in there, and I can use the Apple Pencil to mark them up right on the thing.
Right.
It is the best. And I have a little Bluetooth pedal, so I can turn pages.
Oh wow.
And for Trib, I use charts a lot because we shift so constantly.
Right. How do you? You're such a busy guy, and you have a family. How do you balance life and professionalism?
It's hard,
Yeah.
and I don't always succeed. But I mean, I tried. For me, the family comes first. I try to always have time for my kids and my wife, and my extended family too. Although that's really hard.
For sure.
But there are certain things that come up. I mean, if I get a call for a session, or if I get hired to chart some vocal part or string part or whatever, there's always a deadline on it, so it can interrupt things.
Sure.
But I think the biggest thing that helped me do it was to learn to say no to gigs.
Right.
Which is so hard to do. And I get it, man. When you're a musician, you always feel like if I say no to this gig, this guy's not going to call me next time.
Right.
And that's kind of the mentality you come up with. And it makes sense. Don't get me wrong. If I get a call from somebody who's, big and is going to pay me well, or is a clear thing that's going to further my career, then I'm not going to turn it down. But there's a ton of stuff that comes in that's in the middle there, where I can could take it or leave it.
Sure.
And you just kind of have to weigh it and say, do I really want to, what is this gig really going to take out of me? And if it's just a show and blow and I have the night off, that's fine. But if it's, no, I'm going to have to put in some time learning all these tunes, and I got my kids' recital this night, and I've got 2 things of wire I do this week. At that point, I have to sort of look at it and say, I'm there.
Where's the value prop?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Good answer.
Thanks.